So I got rejected for a job, and that is how I ended up in Dallas, Texas. So today I'm going to be sharing my whole journey with you, from a small town Oklahoma girl to a Dallas real estate professional. And let me tell you, the journey was definitely a little unexpected. It had a lot of turns along the way, but make sure you stay to the end though, because I'm going to share with you where I bought my first home in Dallas and how it became one of my best investments ever. So let me take you back where it all started. I was born and raised in Oklahoma, and I went to Oklahoma State University, go Pokes. And after graduation, I was honestly just ready for something different. I wanted a little bit of a change. And I really just wanted to move out of my hometown. And it was just after I graduated college, so something fresh was really exciting to me. So I made the decision to move to Atlanta, and I have some family there, so I thought it was gonna be super exciting. It's gonna be my big break and a fresh start right after college. But after about 6 months, I could not find any work. I was job hunting, interviewing, applying, and absolutely no luck. So I swallowed my pride. I moved back to Oklahoma. But still, when I got back home, I just was still looking for something fresh and new, and I really wanted to change. And so I started to look for jobs and apply for some things in Texas. And soon I learned that there was an opportunity for me in Gainesville, Texas. So I started applying, started interviewing, and I got the job. Now, let me show you something on the map. Gainesville is over an hour away from the Metroplex. So for a city girl or someone who wanted to be in the city, and it was really not ideal. It was definitely not a city or an area that I wanted to work in, but I knew that it would get me closer to Dallas. And so I took it anyway. So today I want to share with you all the different cities that I lived in around Dallas, and I've moved around quite a bit. So for each city, I'll tell you a little bit about what made it special, the average home price in the area as of this year, 2025, and what I've learned about living there. So my first city is Cedar Hill. So I actually had a family friend who had a friend in the area, and when she learned that I was moving to Dallas, she was like, I have a place for you. It would be great. So I was super excited to move to Cedar Hill because I was gonna have someone that kind of felt like family, and I didn't have to move to the big city alone. And I absolutely loved it. It was really close to Dallas, and as someone new to the area, I really wanted to experience everything. And Cedar Hill was about 20 minutes from downtown Dallas. So I could go out for a girls' night in the city, but then whenever I was ready to chill and kind of go back home, I could escape back to the south suburbs. So Cedar Hill currently has an average home price of around $359,000, making it one of the most affordable options while still giving it good proximity to Dallas. And what's really special about Cedar Hill is that it sits on some of the highest elevation in Dallas County. So you get these really beautiful hillside views. Plus, it is home to the Cedar Hill State Park. So if you love outdoors, you are literally living to everything from hiking and biking trails, as well as a lake. So next, I moved to Lewisville. Remember, my job that I'm supposed to have a territory over is in Gainesville, Texas, but I refuse to live all the way in Gainesville that far out. So Lewisville was a little bit of a compromise for me. And honestly, as a city girl, what I loved most about Lewisville is that it was close to Highway 35, and I can get around pretty easily. And if you know Dallas traffic, you know how important it is to have easy access to a highway. The average home price currently in Lewisville is around $463,000, and Lewisville offers really great value for the location. The city is really family friendly, and it has this massive Lewisville lake right there. So it's actually one of the largest lakes here in North Texas. And what I loved is that Lewisville was quiet and it had everything that I needed. So then I changed jobs and I moved to Addison. And let me tell you, I loved Addison. I was literally in the middle of everything, and I had this amazing 3-story townhome that I was renting. And currently the average price point in Addison, Texas is around $509,000. So you're paying for that prime location, and trust me, it is worth it. Addison has so much to do, from comedy shows, events, and festivals, and it even has really great, incredible food option. And what makes Addison really special is that it's really this tiny city. It's only about 4 square miles, but it is packed with over 180 restaurants. Plus, they have the Addison Oktoberfest every year, which is one of the biggest festivals here in North Texas. And fun fact, I still go to Addison all the time and often because it has really great nightlife and dining options. So anytime I have family and friends come to town, Addison is just one of those perfect places to take them. So after living in Addison, I moved to the Colony. And when I lived here, I was in an apartment complex that really kind of mimics a master plan community. I lived in an apartment complex called Austin Ranch. And in this particular community, we had a convenience store, a liquor store, dry cleaners, and even a nail shop, all within walking distance. And it was super, super convenient. So currently the Colony has an average home price of around $627,000, which reflects how desirable the area has really become. And what is special about the Colony is that it's home to the Grandscape, and that is a massive development with lots of shopping, dining, and entertainment. And they literally have everything: Topgolf, concerts, and year-round events. And this area I lived in was absolutely beautiful at the time. The neighborhood behind me had some really big, gorgeous homes. And at the time I wasn't into real estate, but I was still very intrigued by the city's layout. When I was living in the Colony, I was also training for a half marathon, so finding trails and places to run was super easy. The area is really great for active lifestyles, and it has really easy access to Lake Lewisville. So then I moved to Garland, Texas, because I got a new job. And what can I say? I'm a millennial. Anytime I got a new job or a promotion, keep in mind I worked in HR for many, many years, and that is actually what I did in the corporate space before I got into real estate. So if I got a new job or a promotion of some type, I made sure that I moved closer to that area so I didn't have to have a long commute. But Garland was great because it was really close to Plano, so I really got the best of both worlds living in this area with easy access to both cities, as well as the President George Bush Turnpike, which made it really easy for me to get to Dallas, of course. So currently Garland has an average home price of around $333,000. And Garland is one of the most affordable options in the Dallas area while still giving you great access to everything. And what I loved about Garland is that it is a huge city. It's actually one of the largest in Texas, but it still maintains that kind of community feel. They have an awesome downtown square with regular events and festivals. And plus, in Garland, you'll have really easy access to the Firewheel Town Center for all of your shopping and dining needs. So do you notice a trend here with where I decide to live? I like to get to Dallas really easily, and that's super important to me. So if you're one of those people where getting to Dallas where there's a lot of dining options, lots of concerts and those kind of things, then you want to make sure that you're considering that with your move. I have a lot of friends here that getting to Dallas is not important to them, so where they live is really sometimes a little bit more further out, and that's totally okay. So making sure you understand what's important to you with your move is super important. And if you are planning on moving to Dallas and you want a little bit of guidance from someone who's literally lived all of the Metroplex, then I'm your girl. So you can use the link that's in my description box below to book a free consultation call with me so we can talk about the perfect place for you to live in the DFW area based on your lifestyle. So finally, I bought my first house in Rowlett, and I absolutely loved my first home. So right now, the average home price in Rowlett is around $410,000, and Rowlett offers really great value, especially if you're considering more space for your money compared to some of the other Dallas suburbs. So the city was basically designed around one main street where you could get to everything you needed, and it's again really close to President George Bush for easy access to Dallas. And what's really cool about Rowlett is that it sits right on Lake Ray Hubbard so that you get the lakefront lifestyle. And many of the homes have water views, and there are tons of parks and marinas in the area. And it also has that small town charm, but with big city amenities. So here's the really exciting part. I have since then rented out that home, and it has allowed me to become a first-time investor and a landlord. And it's been an absolute great investment for me. And it really opened my eyes to the power of real estate investing. So that's my journey all the way from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, to a Dallas real estate expert. And living in all of these different suburbs has really given me incredible insight to what makes each area special. And it helps me understand that there is really a great place and opportunity for everyone here in the Dallas area. So if you're moving to Dallas, I'm your girl, because I've literally lived all over the Dallas area, and I can give you the real insider scoop and information that you need to determine if that community is for you. Comment below. I would love to know how you got to Dallas if you already live here, or what's bringing you to Dallas if you are considering moving to the area. If you want to learn more about Rowlett, make sure you come back to the channel, hit subscribe, because I will definitely tell you all the scoop about that city as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.